Welcome back. This is video 3 in our land cover series. This one's going to be very different than the first two, but use the first two maps that we created. So I have a bunch of layers in here, ignore those for now. What you need to do to start your third map is go ahead and insert new map, and then I just called this one change. You need to go back to your 2000 map, and I want you to copy the poly D layer. That's the very final one we had. And go ahead and paste. And then do the same with the second map. So those two layers you can use to extract different land cover types. What I ended up doing is seeing that between 2000 and 2009. And the other nice thing is that this carries your chart, so it's actually probably easier to see the chart. If I open up my chart, you'll see that the number one land cover in 2000 was the forest, and the number one land cover in 2009 was developed. So I'm really going from forest to developed here, like I said in the instructions. So what I ended up doing to get those individual changes is I just did some select by attribute. So here I have the forest in 2000 and the forest in 2009, and style is your choice. I put the 09 above the 2000 just because there's less of it. So there really isn't any new forest, just lost forest. And then I also did the development. So I did the development in 2009, and then the development in 2000 over top. So anything that's red is all new development, and anything that's white is all lost forest. And this is just one way. So the way I went about creating those individual layers is opening my attribute table, and then I just did a select by attribute, and you'll actually see right here what I did. So this is for the forest. I did where grid code is equal to 41, 42, or 43, because those are the three forests. The important thing is make sure that you have the or function, not the and function. And you can just add clause to get the next one if you need it. And I, again, did it by grid code. You could also do it by name if you prefer. And then I clicked OK to select, and I right-clicked on the layer. Just make sure that is actually the right one. It is. And I went to Data, Export Features, and then that is what I named Dulles Forest 2000. So that would be this one. So I did that for each of the four. I did it for the development before and after, and the forest before and after. And that allowed me to create this style of different changes. So that's one way you can do it. The other way you can do it, depending on what type of change you have, is you can actually run what's called change detection. This might work well or better for some than others. So you'll need two more layers to get your change detection. You're actually going to need the INT layers. So you would have to go back to your first map and copy the INT. So copy, paste. And then the same thing with 2009, you want the INT. You specifically need rasters because it's a raster compute change. So make sure you're grabbing your rasters and not your vector layers or your polygon layers. And to compute change, that is under imagery, change detection wizard. And you're going to do a categorical change from your INT of 00 to your INT of 09, so early to late. Make sure you're doing categorical, then click next. And you can choose which classes. So if you're not looking at water, you can undo water. So which ones do you want to look for specifically? So you can unselect all. And let's say you just wanted to see what forests became development. So forests are the 40s, developments are the 20s. You could do that, and then you could click next. And you just give it a title and go ahead and run. And you will end up with something that looks like this. Now, I actually edited this a little bit. You're only going to get these to and from classes, this class, and the class name. So what I did then is I created a field called change, and I titled them like newly developed, newly barren, so on and so forth. So there's two different ways you could choose to show your show your change. I think it really depends on the type of change you have. I think this change detection would probably be really useful if you're looking at water. We did an example of that in level 1. But again, it's your choice. So you can either use the change detection with your 2 rasters, or you can do select by attribute with your 2 vectors. It's up to you.